Boop. Hey guys, this is Krissie Duffy. I have my tale spell with me, and I'm going to be reading another story. But before that, I want to let you guys know that I actually have a schedule. So every Sunday, I will be uploading a video of me reading either something I've written or something that I have around the house, like a book, because I do have some Goosebumps books and Brothers Grimm and all that. Or stories that you guys recommend that I read. So, yeah, that will be every Sunday. Not sure about the time, depends when I wake up, but every Sunday there will be a new video on my channel, and I will actually have a channel that functions somewhat normally. But the story I'm going to read is called Moon. I wrote it. It's a little one-shot story. It's not that long. I will leave a link to where you can read it in the description. So here we go. The luminescent sphere spun round and round. The girl stood by the pond and watched its reflection in the water. She smiled as she began the twirl. The water reflected blurry images of everything. She enjoyed it here. Nighttime was the only time she could escape. There were no monsters that would harm her. If there were, she would gladly welcome it. Life in the daytime wasn't pleasant. She spun and spun. She wanted so much to be free, and she knew that, like the moon, she was stuck in some orbit. She enjoyed the moonlight just the same, though. She had once heard tales of rabbits and princesses on the moon. She would often wonder if they were true. She hopped on a rock so she could be closer to the full moon. She smiled and spread her arms wide as if they were wings. She moved back some, and then she leapt. She shortly fell into the pond. She pulled herself up and laughed some. It hurt to laugh, even a small giggle. But she didn't mind the pain. It was a pain worth bearing. She carefully stood up and stared at the moon above her. She smiled as she turned her head to the ground. The reflections were all scrambled now. She smiled as she held still for the reflections to become clear once again. Then she noticed on the edge of the pond. Something was sleeping on the edge of the pond. It wasn't there before. Why wasn't it there now? When did it get there? She had come to this spot hundreds of times before and had never once noticed it. She carefully walked up to it and leered down at it. Her legs shook nervously as she stared down at the sleeping visitor. She questioned if she should run away before it woke up. But this was her special place. She didn't want to give up her sanctuary. She would get her answers. She slowly reached out her hand and touched it. Its eyes opened slowly. "What a beautiful moon," it mumbled as it rubbed its eyes. And that is it. It's a little one-shot story I wrote, and it is indeed called Moon. As I said before, if there's anything you guys would like me to read, put it in the description below. Figure out where the camera angles are. And I shall get to it, and every Sunday there will be a new video. So, woo! Bye-bye! Thank you also so much for watching as well. Bye-bye, little tail star.